So
That may be a very unpopular opinion, but I feel as though I need to ask this, but it's probably going to make me lose some people. But you know what? It needs to be asked.
oh
So,
shit, it sounds
you know,
big.
so we have Freedom Corner and we're doing the vigil and everything at by the DC Gulag. Do you know, like, what is this benefiting our situation? I feel like it's making it more hostile in a way to the community, because look at what's going on right now currently at the present moment. We have a big ass group of people that are over there that are both at different sides of the fence. They're at odds with each other, and it's just not, I feel like it's kind of not serving the purpose that it's supposed to serve. The thing is that I know it's a hard question. I know it's a hard question to answer, but I think it needs to be put out there because I feel like we could be doing other things, you know, that could uplift each other and uplift these men other than standing on that corner and fighting all day. And I know it's probably going to lose I'm going to lose support, but I just need to ask because I'm just curious. And I'll take that answer, Snoozy Susie.
Thank you. Well, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I do think that they need to rethink how they do it or something. But I was talking about it this morning that um, the guys there in the gulag are very grateful for those people standing out there because they know that they're not forgotten. And I mean, I hear them say that on the calls several times a week. I'll hear them say that. And the thing is, well, to back up a little bit too, if it had not been for this group on the corner, there's a ton of us that wouldn't have had a clue what was going on because we're not really connected to anybody with J6 or anything. And so this is how, that's how I found out about everything and got involved. On any given night, you will have probably at least 500 or 600 people watching by live stream, just the live stream. And then, of course, people go back and watch the recordings of it or watch the replay of it. So there's no telling how many people actually see it. And they hear those guys call out and they give updates. And the other thing is too, this is only going on from 7 to about 9 or 9:30 Eastern time every night. So there's not a whole lot else that could be going on. During the day, they go, a lot of them go and sit in on the trials or the hearings or whatever's going on to support the J6 defendants, or they go to the Capitol and meet with different Congress people, or they sit in the committee meetings. So they are doing a lot other than just standing out there. But again, like I said, I understand what you're saying though, because it's a bad look for us, particularly when some of our folks start behaving as poorly as the ones across the street. That's when I get really irritated. But I understand too, it gets old. Sometimes you just snap. But I don't know what the answer is, but I don't think the answer is just deserting it for one, because then they win. That's their whole goal, is to run this bunch off or to provoke them into doing something that they end up getting put in jail or something. But I do think it is a good thing. Again, I hear those men say, we're so thankful for you guys out there. We know we're not forgotten. But I have said, and again, I don't know what the answer is, but there's got to be something, a different way that it could be done or something. Because, yeah, it's kind of turned into just a big circus sometimes.
Yeah,
some nights.
Yeah, because like my first time ever watching a live stream, I could not hear anything that was going on because there was a guy on a loud singing the whole entire night at that space. And don't they have like when somebody is down there, don't they have like ordinance codes for noise and stuff like that? Because people that are on the opposite end of the spectrum, per se, Antifa, they are causing a lot of ruckus for no apparent reason just because they are the opposition. So the thing is that like I'm just concerned about the legality side of it all because I don't want anyone to ever get hurt. I don't want anyone to get in deep ass trouble, but it's like these people that are on the left, they're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. They have mental issues and and they'll stop at anything to, stop a peaceful protest or a peaceful vigil or whatever just to prove a point. And it's going to get to the point where I know Tommy gets a little heated. It's going to get to the point where I don't want anything else to happen to him because I know he's going to end up getting in trouble with the law anyway. Because I know we were just talking about that. It's just weird how um, I'm just concerned. That's all I am. I'm just concerned about people's safety in general. And like I said about Cruz, I was concerned about him. But I feel that needs to be the biggest pressing issue is the safety aspect and the legality side of it all. I don't know. I'm curious, I'm not trying to down their efforts or anything because I am pumping money into the fund, so I just want to know where my money is going and like I just want transparency,
Yeah.
because you get where I'm coming from.
Yes, absolutely. And we talked about this a little bit this morning on the space. There are supposedly noise ordinances, but the problem. Somebody suggested this morning that we start calling and complaining about the people across the street. But the problem with that is that may come back to bite our side because if they run them off, then they're going to run our side off too. Um, there is a certain, somebody was talking about this morning, there's a certain decibel level that they're not supposed to go above, but they're saying that our speakers are as loud as theirs. Obviously not, though, when we can't hear ours over theirs. The other thing that we've run into is there's this, and I don't know exactly the answer, but there's this thing has come up in the last few weeks of whether this is public property or if it's the property of the jail. And so how much jurisdiction do the police have? But you see they're out there now and they're separating, they're out there keeping the groups separate and stuff. And so there's apparently some jurisdiction there, but then when some of the people have asked questions about stuff, they'll say, well, it's private property, so we can't do anything. The jail has to do something. So, and I think it's whatever is easiest for them is the answer they give on that, whatever serves their purpose the best. So, but I agree with you. Yeah. Tommy's a concern for me regularly because he does get pretty heated. And I hate seeing Mickey go through what she goes through out there, the things that they scream about Ashley, and to do that to a grieving mother is just a special kind of evil. And of course, they say they're being paid. That would not surprise me at all. I've never seen this many people out there. Again, I don't know what the answer to it is, but I don't think the answer is throwing in the towel because then they win. And then where does everybody, these spaces are great and everything, but you can't put your eyes on something. This at night at least gives people a chance to see Mickey and Nicole and those who are directly involved. It gives them a chance to hear the actual J6ers, not just the ones in DC, but there are different ones that call from other jails. Barry Ramey is good to call in fairly regularly, and different ones from other jails call in from time to time and tell them what's going on out there. And you get to hear the emotion in their voices. You get to, they get to tell you firsthand what's going on. So I do think it really serves a purpose, but yeah, it seems like it's gotten kind of out of hand, and the bottom line is just they're not counter protesting. I don't care what anybody says; that is not counter protesting. They're harassing, they're agitating, they're slandering people on a regular basis. That should not be legal, but the police are not going to do anything about it. They've shown that, they've proven that. So just like with this whole J6 deal, the cards are stacked against us.
Go ahead, Coco. I know you had your hand up. I know your hand's tired. Go ahead, my love.
When does my hand ever get tired? What?
Oh, woman, stop.
So Swabby's out here making me fucking burn like brush and shit, and then he's inside drinking a mojito. Well,
Really?
I'm joking.
Wow.
We're
I would like a mojito though. That would be kind of nice.
We're burning.
You're lying on him. Don't lie on my future husband. Don't lie on him. I'm joking.
We can put that in the divorce.
Oh, I love you, Bobby. I got your back.
So now I was looking at what Snoozy had put on there about the protesting, and it just infuriates me that they're using you guys being out there to have that fucking stupid ass Black Lives Matter bullshit fucking waving, which irritates the fuck out of me. But I don't know.
What happened to Purple Lives Matter?
There are no purple lives, unless
there are blue people though.
There are blue people. This is true. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, noise canceling friggin', Ear Pro would probably be the only thing like what you'd wear at a gun range where you can adjust it. You can talk to each other and the loud external noise gets cut a little bit. That's one way to protect your hearing. But I did post remember one of the transgender psychos that posted with a AR-15 talking about shooting up people?
Are you talking about the one with the curly hair that was loading their gun?
The one, yep, the forestry. He worked for the U.S. Forest Service. He's now unemployed. Bye-bye.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting update.
I posted it in the thread so you guys can see it. But his comments about the Biden administration turned their back and stabbed him in the back and blah. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. It's like, bye, bitch. You're out of a job now. Congratulations. Welcome to the federal government.
Bye, Felicia.
So, but yeah, I don't know how you guys. I mean, I know you guys go out there, and especially for everybody in the DC gulag, and if it helps them, because then they know, and it gives them something to pass the time while they're in there too, But I don't know. Make it an event where it's kind of like a. Can you even do like a street market or like have people go out there with tables and sell stuff and have it go to the J6ers? Is that a possibility?
I don't have any idea about that. I've only been there back in September. I went up for a few days, but I'm in Alabama, so it's kind of a long journey for me. So I don't, I'm not able to get up there regularly. So I just know mostly what I watch, which, I watch it pretty regularly. So.
Thank you so much, Snoozy, for answering those questions. I do appreciate you being kind of like the spokesman for Freedom Quarter in a way, because there's nobody right now is current in that situation right now currently can answer it, but you've experienced it, you know what's going on. And I thank you for that. And I hope that I I hope I got some clarification for some people that are, wanted that question answered.
You are very welcome. Anything I can help with, I will try to do so
You're
without
great.
causing drama.
Yeah, it's for a person from the outside that's supporting the cause and supporting these people that I care about. I want to know what's going on down there. What are we doing, and what is the money being put towards? Because we've had a really rough week when it comes to funding and finding out about certain people getting money and certain people not getting money and yada yada yada, and not disclosing financials and stuff like that. And George and I'm telling you, George, you did a really good job, standing up for the community, standing up for the people, and I will give you props to that. You are a businessman, you know how this works, and and I don't really care if people are going to get pissed that you got money because and stuff like that and talk shit about that. I just want to know, where the money's going. I want to know that I want transparency, and that's
Yeah,
it.
100.
I'm just,
I, I agree
100.
with you 100%
You know,
there. Trust me, I've raised my concerns on multiple occasions to multiple different organizations, and I can only say so much, but I'm trying to keep it trying to keep everybody on
on the right path. I
yeah,
know
and
what you're saying. I understand.
let's not jump to conclusions, and you know
I understand.
it's a tough situation no matter how you cut it.
And also, we have to ask these hard questions when we don't want to, and I'm sorry if I do, and if I offend anyone, I apologize, and I'm not trying to hinder anybody's efforts here, but I just need to know. It's just, as an insider knowing an outsider looking in, and then also an outsider knowing what other organizations have done and what they did with their money. We have a level of skepticism in this world, because look at what happened with BLM. Look at what happened with Susan G. Komen. They all took a cut. She went and bought some freaking houses. She gave herself a freaking nice bump in salary, and stuff. I will never donate to Susan G. Komen to save my life, even though my grandma had breast cancer and she passed away, not from it, but from other reasons. But I will not donate to Susan G. Komen ever again, because she's not honest. And the BLM thing, that's a whole nother bag of tricks. They're not honest, period. Okay, because they're not. We know what side they're on, and we know how their people get helped. Not like how the J6ers should get the exact same type of help like the BLMers did, and that is not fair,
No.
So that's my thing.
Well, it's good you said that, and Snoozy, thank you for that update. We don't get to hear those all the time, and just based on kind of the things I've been hearing over the past week, and especially tonight in this space here, I got to start asking the question, why even have it? It doesn't say, like, you got to. It's the pros and cons thing. What benefits are we getting from putting those people at risk there every day? And I mean, yeah, I know people are like, oh, well, it helps the prisoners. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you've ever been in prison out there, folks. I haven't. But I can't imagine that a group of people outside who are 24/7 getting constantly confronted by what I deem as the enemy that put me here, I can't see that as being reassuring at all. I would be constantly concerned for the people out there, constantly concerned for myself and where the hell this is all going. Like, I don't think it's offering the prisoners any solace. And you know, in my opinion, it's putting more people at risk, because now you got to look at the people out there for the J6ers and Mickey and all the rest of the gang under the tent there. That's all swell, but what change are they affecting? What pressure are they putting? Where is this going to help get our people out of jail? These are all well-intentioned things, but you got to look at the effectiveness. And after how long this has been going on, I just do not see any to it. I think it's nothing but a huge liability. And if J6 was a company, that's something I can guarantee you every board member would absolutely cut immediately. And then, you know, I just heard somebody suggest, well, let's put up some kiosks and sell J6 stuff or whatever, and raise more money and more money. That's great. So what ultimately are we doing there? We're just making lawyers rich, and we're buying candy bars for our inmates. That's kind of counterproductive, if you ask me, but that's just me, maybe.
You,
So
you're not lying.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I have to agree with that. Putting it that way, it's like, yeah, it's not really, it's not moving the needle. Not like it should be moved already. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, if I can chime in there too. I mean, the thing is, though, all those people that are out there, they're out there by choice. You know, it's kind of like these people that keep fussing about this group and that group that's taking their money and this and that. And it's like, well, don't give to them. You know, if I don't trust a group or don't like a group, I just don't give to them. If I don't feel safe at the vigil, I'm not going to go to the vigil. And again, like I said earlier, they're only out there at night from 7 to 9:30 Eastern time.
okay.
During the day, they are doing other things. They're going to the Capitol. They're going to the trials. So, you know, what else do you propose they do from 7 to 9:30? And it, you know, it's their choice if they want to continue to do that. Nobody has to go out there. Nobody has to support them. It's their choice. But there are a lot of people around the country who can't be there for health reasons or financial reasons or whatever. And they really do enjoy watching. I mean, it's aggravating watching the live streams
Yeah.
and seeing all this crap go on. But at the same time, that's their only way to find stuff out. You know, some of these people aren't on Twitter. Shoot, I just got a Twitter account about a month ago. So,
Well, and
you know,
that is something else that I mention on these night shift shows all the time too. There's only 8% of America that is actually on Twitter. 8%. And, you know, that's why, you know, we've been suggesting and working towards and trying to get, etc., people focused on things outside of the platform. Even if that is just other platforms. If you got health issues and whatnot, you can't get out and meet and talk to people. Absolutely. Stay home and get on Rumble or get on, you know, one of these other platforms and just go to town. Keep going, keep spreading the word. But, you know, there's a lot of folks that just don't think about it. I think it was Reno or Hawkeye I was talking to the other night, and they were saying, you know, yeah, I just went down and you know, talked to the mailman, you know, and the mailman didn't know nothing about it, and actually it was Reno. Yes, it was. You know, he just made a trip out to